Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2, where this small region of sea all of a sudden has become incredibly busy. There's just armies from every nation over here specifically for the purpose of screwing with me, because none of them have anything better to do. Alright, so Lustra, let's knock these wood elves out. Let's finish the job here. We're gonna have to auto-resolve because we're gonna have to manually resolve because it will totally kill us all for no reason if we auto-resolve, but this should be very, very easy. The Way Watchers are invisible until they start firing, so we won't be able to get as much artillery time on them as I would like, but as soon as they become visible, they're dead. And it looks like we actually may have a pretty flat battlefield here. Hold on a second, the sound is going to drop out for a moment as I fix something. Sorry about this. I guess we're not even off of the loading screen yet, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, sorry, 1 second. There we go. Now we're good. Okay, start deployment. Oh, we've seen this battle. I mean, I guess we've seen all of the battlefields before, haven't we? At this point, we've probably seen every map that comes with the game. Except for, you know, there are some settlements that have unique maps. I'm sure the Oak of Ages will be one. All of my depth guard can just stand back. Sirens can be kind of close. Will the Treacherous is the only one who survived that last battle in good health. That said, Silostra's no shrinking flower. Actually, you know what we could do to reveal their Waystalkers right away is just charge them with knights. We can reveal them simply by getting close to them. And they'll be over here somewhere.
At once. Moving at pace.
Okay, there we go.
At speed.
So they have a lot of artillery. They have a lot of cavalry. Obviously. Sitting over here thinking about my own units. Look at this infantry artillery dodge. Are they really faster than my cavalry? And they turn around as soon as I fire a cannon at them. Because they knew. I don't really want to summon the crabs until they get into gunnery range. Alright, we need to keep some people facing forward. But the crabs should be able to keep these guys from actually charging. Look at the cowardice. Do those flowers just bloom? That was weird, right? There's a weird amount of pop-in for a modern PC game. I think we lost sight of the Way Watchers because the knights died. Let's see if we can't fix that. There we go. Got them to start firing again at least. It's not exactly the way I intended to reveal them, but it will do. Probably be remembering my artillery buffs here. Oh hey, they have the Net of Emmentalk. Well, that's annoying. That's a pretty good spell. Apparently there's a very healthy unit of Waystalkers over here. Alright, and we're all just kind of getting done what needs to get done over here. Oh, the net the net ended and they didn't resume their previous orders. That's not ideal. Yeah, these guys are remarkably fast. They're just on foot, right? Yeah, faster than my cavalry. And I don't know if our fake cavalry is actually like full speed cav. They might be slower and weaker than normal to make up for the fact that we're kind of not supposed to have cavalry. One of the weaknesses of our faction is that we do not have real cavalry. Alright, we've thrown summons at them enough to get an awful lot of fire into these Waystalkers without them ever actually getting into range to attack us. We have defeated the Wood Elves through treachery, which is my favorite way to defeat elves. I don't know for sure whether or not these guys have magic attacks. I guess I should probably figure that out. Nope, they do not. Alright, you want to fight, Robert? Let's do this. Let's you and Robert fight. Why there's so little gunfire going on here? Let me manually direct some targeting. Okay. Now they give up. No. You guys aren't getting away. No more Waystalkers. Get him, Robert. I mean, he really got that one. I guess what can you do? He's just one man. One terrifying, ghostly apparition of a man. Were you gonna attack them with your weapon, or? No, he's not really into weapons anymore. It's not really how he gets down. I was kind of hoping to actually just kill this unit off, so that we wouldn't have to deal with them again. I don't know. This army might, I guess, be completely destroyed by this outcome. They certainly should be. But you know how the AI armies always manage to have enough movement to back off again. It's weird, because sometimes they will go a long way out of their way to attack us, and then on our turn, they have enough movement to just fall back and fall back and fall back. With these guys down, we burn down the Wood Elf settlement slightly to our northwest, while the two armies that took Miragliano march on Skavenblight, and we summon a new army in Miragliano, right? And then I don't know what exactly the plan is from there. Like, we have to split our armies up somehow, because somebody's got to go burn down this big tree. But like, where is it more appropriate for Silostra to go, right? Does she go down and take Khemri, or does she burn the tree? I think that's going to determine a lot of it, because she's so much of the total force of our faction. Yep, they survive, because AI armies never die.
Madame Silostra, dear fan.
Well, let's go fight them again, and manually resolve it so that the auto-resolver doesn't kill all my units, and then have them run away again and have to do it again. You can't tell, I'm a little tired of this particular aspect of the campaign. When I defeat an army, it should maybe just die. I feel like if you defeat an army and you reduce it to less than 20% of its total manpower or something, it should just be scattered to the winds. Like, the survivors of that are not going back into military service. They're fleeing. They're fleeing to a far corner of the globe and drinking to forget what they saw, right? This is terrible. Well, we're gonna have to do something up here, right? Yeah, this terrain is horrible. Man, when we actually go into Athaloran, it's gonna be even worse than this. I'm a little tired of setting up this same battle formation over and over again. Like, you could just give me a little help here. You know basically what I want to do. At this point, you ought to. Alright, so this is going to be a real summoning units to go and flush out the Wood Elf units who are just going to hide in the trees kind of battle, unfortunately. But there's no sense in doing that until, at the very least, the artillery are in position to fire upon them. Because I'm sure they are actually just going to sit in the trees forever.
To glory, we depart.
Fortunately, we have something of a strategy. Kind of a strategy.
At speed.
I do wish we had one of those Terrorgeists now, because a flying unit is really good at revealing enemy positions.
Running out to battle. Hastily. At once. Tremble.
Ugh, in the trees, we're going to have such a hard time killing them. Of course, they have the net again. We did not kill the guy who cast the net, apparently. He probably spent all of the battle hiding from us. You two should be in guard mode. I'm actually fine with the Necrofex Colossus chasing people. In fact, I'm going to put it in melee mode right now. Get over here and help. Get over here and do stuff. Okay, we've almost actually broken them now. We have a Glade Lord here who is not a terribly important opponent. I guess characters is all this army is now. Until the Way Watchers decide they're going to come back and fight again. Oh my god, the cowardice. Don't you guys ever get tired of being cowards? Their units permanently break at the idea that there might be some melee combat. Alright, we're gonna make this Group 1. Group 1, just get over here and do the thing. Oh, that's right. I guess this guy is slightly more important. Yeah, our cannon abilities aren't really going to do anything at this point. We're starting to get close to gunnery range. If they'll come up the hill a little bit, we can actually shoot them. Oh, this guy kind of want to fight. This behavior would be so much less frustrating if it were possible to just, like, kill these guys and have them not recur on the map. Get over there and punch him. Punch him real good. You guys have done enough work. Fire the cannons! Do it! You know, he's not going to do it. He's not actually going to shoot. He's just going to walk with his cannons pointed forward forever. Alright, how about if I give you a little bit of an assist here? Okay, there we go. That worked. You just need help. The Glade Lord ran forward toward all of my rifles, and now he will pay the price. No? No, we're not gonna... he's not gonna do that? He's not... Okay. You guys, like, spread out a little bit, and then maybe make him pay the price, or... Some of my units don't want to kill the enemies. Fire the cannon! That's not the guy you were targeting. What is wrong with these units? Do it. Get him. You got him. You got him. You know you got him. Nothing actually... There was no projectile in that shot. Good lord. Okay. he had to really rapid fire it there, but he got him. Hold on, I don't want him in melee range like this. My concern is he will take a lot of accidental damage. Aren't you a wizard? What are you doing? He's a tree man wizard. Tree man wizard like to punch people. Alright, I get that. I can respect that. I'm just gonna keep walking this way though. And listen, you do what you gotta do. I've never seen a tree look quite so panicked. Does he have a dead guy sitting in a chair on his back? Is that what's happening there? That's weird. Is he not actually dead? Would you please shoot him? Here we go, here we go. What on earth was... That was quite a trick shot there. He saw Wanted the other day and he was like, I bet I could curve a cannonball. That doesn't look so hard. You got him. Come on. Boom! That's not a bad hit. Somehow he survived it, despite having no health. Whatever. I'm sure this will be good enough, he said, menacingly. I assume the video game cannot understand subtext, so I will speak it aloud. I will make it text. I'm especially annoyed that the way that they get away from these sea battles is by running. That shouldn't work. These battles are happening on the ocean. We are in boats. I know the shore is nearby, but we're supposed to be on boats. It should be very difficult for you to run away from that situation. I still think the naval battle where we all get off the ships and fight on whatever land is nearby is a really amateurish solution to that problem. Is the only auto-resolve is a way better solution in almost every way, except for the fact that the auto-resolver is broken and they don't want to fix it. Oh my god, come on. Alright. We're going to load to 98%, and then we're going to sit there for 5 minutes. Okay, finally. Now let's burn down their stupid wood elf settlement. Again, manually, because auto-resolve and wounded units. We gotta keep alive all of these high veterancy units, I've decided. Someday, the Sirens will get enough kills to get up to the gold chevrons. It will happen. This is 3 branch wraiths, 3 units of branch men, tree guys, tree dudes, and 2 units of normal archers that you can always see all the time by just looking at them, which is a real relief. What a novel concept. Okay, it turns out we put the guns in a big line across the front, and then we put the artillery right behind them, and then we just kind of put everybody else wherever, because it doesn't matter. No? Can we not? Okay, we cannot see those archers all the time. Those are also sneaky archers. What else got a lot of sneaky units? Oh, let's flush them out. You know, I did a Wood Elf campaign on the channel. I think it was even like pretty shortly before Warhammer 2 came out. I just don't remember almost anything. I remember that Durthu is really powerful and awesome. That's pretty much it. Get him! Get him! I'm gonna try to go around rather than charging into their melee. Let's see if this works. Okay, good charge there. Good, like, that horse sort of drifted into the enemy melee. That was pretty cool. There we go. That'll knock a bunch of them over. Okay, I think that should be about the end of that. Man, think of all the infamy we're going to get. Remember when we cared about pirate-type concepts like infamy and booty and treasure maps? I kept trying to care about the treasure maps. I think the treasure map thing is super cool. I feel like we have gotten a little bit away from our pirate roots at this point. Somehow, there are still enemies who are willing to fight. What a bizarre group of people these wood elves are. Oh yeah, remember the rifles? Remember how we have rifles? Okay, so hopefully that is... I don't think that is the only Wood Elf settlement outside of Athaloran. Like, actually eliminating the Wood Elf faction from the game would be extra work, and I won't bother to do it. Just say no, kids. Have principles. But we are going to burn down that big tree. It's a very important principle. Listen, it's a very important principle to stand against the idea of doing extra work. You should always try to get things done in the least amount of work possible. That sounds like I'm saying, SB's making a joke about laziness. But for real, though, try to get things done in the least amount of work possible. You still have to get them done. That's important. But work is for suckers. This is what we have computers for. The whole reason we invented computers was because we were tired of doing work. What if I made a machine and I made it do the work for me? Let us raise it. Screw this. Oh, hey. I forgot all about this trait. That's a pretty good trait. Enemy siege holdout time has not really been an issue for us. We have not ever tried to siege an enemy out. So yeah, they have a couple of major settlements outside of Athaloran. And we determined they're not at war with anybody else. Right? Like, they're not at war with Bretonnia. They should be. But they aren't. In fact, they are military allies with Bretonnia while squatting on Bretonian land. That seems like it shouldn't work that way. Also, everybody still hates us, unfortunately. I mean, no big surprise there. I still have the cursed sword and everything. Oh, hey, we got all the way up to negative 22 with these guys. Oh, yeah, look at that. 106 points from military actions against Nagarond. Hey guys, would you, how about if I gave you 56,000 gold? Okay, never mind. I don't actually care. I was just kind of curious if we could get peace from somebody. Getting peace from the dwarves wouldn't actually do anything, obviously, because they're already not in any position to threaten us. Apparently, the Skaven Blight plan is going to take a minute. Well, Skaven Blight only has 9 units in its garrison, so actually, Peggy and Silostra more than have this under control. Will, what do you want to do? We could go burn Zarakzil just for the heck of it. That doesn't seem like a good use of our time. He could start over for the Oak of Ages. It doesn't have any... It doesn't have a wall, because it's a big tree. It does have a pretty big garrison. Like, this is definitely at least a 2-army thing. I guess he just hangs around. You know, if we're going to recruit a new lord in Miragliano, I guess it's a good idea for us to have a... Oh, hey, we already even have a guy. Good idea for us to have somebody in place to play defense for him while he's still putting together his initial force. Just hang out right here. You... Okay, we actually do have local recruitment buildings. Get some of those guys, and then some of these guys. And then we'll figure out what else next turn. Yeah, it was nice that Miragliano had a whole bunch of built-up buildings already. Alright, let's do this thing. This thing is next. And we're going to actually fight this in part because I'm hoping that Sartosa has a unique map. That would be really cool. I guess we already looked at it. Even if the map itself is unique, we know that this siege layout is pretty common. Alright, so we'll just walk up, we'll smash the gate, and then we'll run through a bunch of angry crabs ridden by men with cannons, and that should be the end of that. Also, once the flamethrower Colossus gets through, I have a feeling that we're going to see some enemies wither and fall. I don't know how hot fire would have to be effective against skeletons, but I bet our fire is at least that hot. It's like on-demand cremation. Okay, so we do have a spot over here where we can keep the artillery and the ranged until such time as we are ready to enter. What on earth is... Why will it not put them down? There we go. The sirens can wait over here as well. There's not really any sense in having anybody except the ram in position here, because we're going to get out of the tower range quickly enough. In fact, if we set up off-center, we can probably only be in one tower's range for a significant portion of this. You are approaching the gate a little bit off-center. They have no ranged units, obviously, because vampires. Oh, I didn't give this guy a positioning order. You know what? He's fine. Just walk toward the wall. They don't have anybody over there, and if they bring anybody over there, you can shoot them with a big flamethrower, like you like to do. Okay, that's not really... We maybe cut the size of that shape down just a little bit. You guys look very touchy about your personal space all of a sudden. Alright. Let's get people over there and we'll sort out who exactly is and is not in tower range when we get there. Yep, so we're going to be out of that tower's range almost immediately. And this tower alone definitely cannot do enough damage to stop the ram. Oh right, these are the guys who have the ability to enrage. Alright, well we'll just enrage off a bunch of this tower damage. I don't know if he's actually going to be able to fire up at the wall productively, but I hope he will be. Okay, invocation. That's a shame. Yeah, almost none of this damage is really going to stick then. Well, at least the mortars are getting some good work done. Oh! Okay, I don't know if that's actually going to do any damage at all, but it's also not really costing him ammo, so he may as well just keep it up. Alright, go straight for it. I'm gonna have him try to walk across real quick here. Hey, buddy, you are receiving orders. Is he seriously just not gonna... Okay, there we go. What is up with my units? Gonna get him across here real fast. Okay. He's just going to stand right there and be ready. Honestly, he might have been able to knock the gate in. I just kind of assumed he wouldn't be able to because his projectile doesn't have like any weight to it. But that's a real sort of real-world type concern creeping in there. Oh, crabs are just barely in tower range. How quickly does this come down? Okay, 10% per strike. That's pretty good. This guy is just enjoying himself, just shooting fire in the air, because the man loves fire. Okay, turn this way, see if you can maybe give this a shot. I'm pretty annoyed that the necromancer here, or the vampire, is able to operate the tower all by himself. That seems like more than a one-person job. He's trying. I'm not sure he's doing any damage at all. But he sure is trying. You gotta give him that. Alright, I think Grave Guard are better fighters than Depth Guard are. 24, 36 with... No, maybe not. And these guys have extra bonus versus... no, it's bonus versus large. Yeah, these guys are way better fighters. That said, I'd really love it if we could maneuver the gallows giant here. I think he probably has what it takes to solve this problem. Okay, now you guys can come in while the enemy is distracted. And at this point, we probably ought to bring the rest of the team around. Now, I think part of the value of not having put up any ladders is that our units should actually try to just run through the opening in the gate, rather than trying to engage in some kind of wall climbing nonsense. Hopefully. It seems like our mortars just stopped firing at some point, doesn't it? The gallows giant actually not able to handle this. And he's doing damage. I want to cast this a little further away from the wall, right? Because maybe even more like that. Okay, here we go. Trying to make sure that it doesn't hit the wall and just bounce off the way it loves to do. Okay, there we go. That's approximately the effect I was looking for. I think we can just summon crabs over the wall, right? As soon as the gates open. I don't actually have to cast the magic through the door or anything. He's getting real close to this wall. He's not going to try to climb up it, is he? Okay, now we're good. Hey, everybody. Surprise! It's a bunch of giant crabs. Okay, we're definitely getting some friendly fire from the mortars. I'm going to maybe tell them to chill out on that for a second. And this map looks cool. It is not a unique map, and that is sad. Also, I would like to express my outrage here at the fact that their towers are being controlled by no units. They just get tower control for free. And whenever they sense that I am looking, they go, oh, nope, they're neutral. They're controlled by no one, of course. You know what? Maybe I'm going to wait until I can Vangeist's Revenge real hard again. Because they're lined up so well for it. And I mean, we are defeating them. It's taken a while, but we're getting there. Can I get him to squeeze in? Because if we could get him in here, his Sword of Anti-Heroes make him kill dudes real well. He probably kills dudes pretty well without it. I really wish it would tell you what the cost of overcasting was, even if you can't do it. There we go. 19. You know, at least the Gallows Giant's enjoying himself. I suppose this is an okay time. I keep forgetting that this does melee defense. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty good. Well, we got some men on crabs. Got some spooky ghosts. I mean, we're trying. We're doing a real good job of clogging the gate. This is part of the reason that I have not done a lot of this kind of strategy. Until we had a bunch of crab gunners, this was really not available to us because any of our units that got stuck in a situation like this would just get murdered immediately. Although the Necrofex Colossus is also pretty good at holding its own. What is he even shooting at? You know all the enemies are over here, right? Oh, here come the rest of the dudes. You know what? Yeah. How about some of this? Oh, hold on. There we go. We'll ground target that, and we'll just massacre their leadership. And their melee attack, which they're probably trying to use right now. If we can get the gate open, then obviously we run the rifles through and the rest of the battle is 100% trivial. Just a matter of my units actually killing all these guys off. That's a pretty spooky spell effect. Oh wow. Check out the big misty skull that was there for a minute. I'll say this, I don't know if Lore of the Deeps is the best lore, but it sure does have the best art. These killed the vampire. I guess I should be using Enrage on cooldown, right?
I'm here.
Shame it doesn't buff their damage or anything. What does it do when overcasted? Oh, it just lowers their melee attack even more. I don't think I care about that.
Magic.
Get some crabs in here to attack some dudes in the back. Alright, hopefully this will have a large enough effect on morale for some of them to actually start dying. Man, it feels like we've been fighting these dudes forever, and it doesn't really look like there are fewer of them. The health bars have gone down, but none of the individual figures are dying, I don't think. Oh good, they have more guys. You know what? I'm going to put some gunners up on the walls. I don't think they're actually going to fire down, because I've had a lot of trouble with getting units to fire down into melee. But who knows? Maybe they'll surprise me pleasantly. I'm a little worried that as soon as we get up on the walls, the Vanguists are going to come after us, which is why I haven't really done this so far. There's an awful lot of units here that could just be shooting at the Vanguists, and aren't for some reason. Yeah, that's a pretty neat looking spell. I think we've almost almost got this.
Of the undead.
Each of their units is looking pretty weak.
So be it.
And the moment we start to win,
Instructions.
all of a sudden we're going to win all at once.
Ahoy.
It'd be really cool if you could get on this vampire. Ah, the last of the summoned crabs finally died. Yeah, they're just going to put guys up on the wall as well, huh? Oh, yep, there it is. Is the moment one of them takes enough morale damage to start crumbling, the others are going to see that and then lose all their morale and start crumbling, and then we actually had a unit. We had a unit actually die. I mean, I guess everybody who isn't artillery, go get them. The Necromancer is content to just stand in the town center and slowly decay. Necromancers are just like living dudes, right? Why does he decay? He's seriously just gonna stand there and scream and run away from my units to artificially lengthen the battle as much as possible. What an asshole. Like, in a real metagamey kind of way. Actually just trying to lengthen a battle that he has already lost. Alright, well that is two of the 4 remaining settlements that we need to conquer. It is nice to be in a different part of the world, fighting slightly different enemies. We had fought some vampires, but there's an awful lot of variety on the Total War Warhammer 2 map, and I feel like we got really bogged down. Like, it was all lizard men in the jungle, and then it was all elves on that island, and then it was all Skaven in the jungle. It's a shame it's not easy for there to be a way for you to be fighting more types of units over more types of terrain in quick succession, you know? That's kind of what I was hoping would happen when we split our armies up and went both north and south after claiming Ulthuan. I was hoping that we would get to intersperse fights in the jungle with fights in the frozen north, that we'd be fighting lots of different factions turn by turn. But, man, that didn't quite work out the way I'd hoped.
Ours is the sea.
I don't even know what the unit we lost was. Was it Sirens? I don't know.
This is pirate land now.
This we occupy. This is pirate land now, he says, as though Sartosa was not already pirate land. So Sartosa has a couple of weird landmarks. Okay, now we have lots of we have a small amount of lots of different types of trade goods. Well, public order here is going to be just fine, it looks like. Oh, there is one more. The Dragon Tooth Lighthouse. All sea regions are made visible to your faction. Actually, I don't even... Not only is that not actually good, it's kind of bad. I don't think I want that. Because it's just going to slow things down even more, right? As I have to see everything that happens in the ocean. Yeah, money. Sure. Okay. Yeah, this place is just going to take care of itself, it looks like. Oh no, I just went in shorthanded because I forgot to have Tim Fenn join up with his army because for some reason he refused to do it during his actual turn. Alright, what was I gonna do with you next? It looks like we finished the spell line and the blue line. I guess I was starting on red stuff. I don't know that this is gonna matter. He's not gonna get enough levels to really take it anywhere. I am still insistent that there will not be that much game left. Alright. Hadley gets to come down here, provided that she doesn't also just get sniped. We should probably be putting together another army. Yeah, let's get another lord here. I don't know that it matters much what kind of lord they are. Summon a bunch of stuff from the local recruitment. Okay. Because we should be running as many armies as we can afford to run. Let's see what the situation looks like after we get this turn of recruitment done. Lenny Sea Legs needs to join an army. It looks like this one has some open slots. You can maybe just slip right in there. Okay, see, he can join an army that's near the shore. Somehow he figured it out. Alright, I guess I do have to care about these Khemri armies a little bit. I don't know, even if both of them got onto the shore at Sartosa, the Khemri armies have been so bad at fighting us, I have a hard time imagining they're going to do anything meaningful here. If the Khemri armies were to go heavily into Necropolis Knights, I think that would help them. Or like Sepulchral Stalkers. They need stuff that's fast that can actually get into my units. The big monster plan is pretty rough. They could also rely on... They have pretty good artillery. If they were to go heavier on their artillery. But they could even do both of those plans at once, right? Bring like 2 or 3 Caskets of Souls, and then even the Screaming Skull Catapults, totally fine. And then a bunch of Necropolis Knights and stuff like that. Not so much with the Tomb Guard and the Sphinxes. I think they could be a real threat to us in kind of a similar way to the way that the Wood Elves have been a threat, just substituting artillery for the Waystalkers. Man, I really hope that Vlad von Karstein is still in the mood for peace after we take Skaven Blight. So I would love it if we could just waltz into Athaloran without having to worry about our back constantly being attacked by vampires. The Warriors of Chaos are still going strong. You know, they're never going to be defeated. I'm certainly not going to go do it. I could probably set, somehow, the camera for just these factions to not go look at them. You know, I think if you hit fast forward, we'll hit fast forward through the end of the enemy turn cycle next time. That might cause it to not look at enemies who are moving around in places that are far away from you and completely irrelevant to you. Hopefully. So Skaven Blight's garrison is pretty easy to fight. I'm wondering if Silostra can do this by herself. I'm just thinking, like, it would be really easy for her to replenish afterward. Hold on, let's have her roll up. I know she's badly damaged and everything. How safe is the territory here? Okay, there are no dead zones. Let's break the siege. She's not going to be able to do this by herself, probably. Army is too torn up.
Make them dead. Fight.
Right, Piggy Reigns is here to handle it. In fact, I'm going to continue siege. I'm going to have Silostra just not be here. Of course, she can't make it to friendly territory. Yeah, that's annoying.
Crewmen.
Okay, because we can just auto-resolve this, but if I auto-resolve it with Silostra, it's going to kill a bunch of her units. Alright, so we have secured the single city province of Skaven Blight. Have ourselves an occupied Skaven Blight, which is just that one extra good settlement. And nope, there are no other available buildings. Wow, really? Almost the entire settlement is locked until level 5. Weird. Well, they already have a growth building.
Bones on deck.
Right, I know Billy Doo does not ever have anything for me to tell him how to do. He just needs to sit there.
Admiral.
Oh my god, we're so close. We're so close to having her down here finally. Okay, so Jimbo hits level 5, and he gets to become... Oh, we have to be level 10 for that one. Well, Burke Black is level 10. Okay, there we go. I don't even know if those are important anymore.
The sea brings death.
Okay, so let's grab all the rifles we're allowed to grab here. 2 mortars is pretty good. Okay, I think these 2 armies are headed for the tree.
Thou shalt treat me with
Let's see if Vlad... Okay, Vlad's still willing to do peace. And a non-aggression pact. Don't you turn on me.
If you insist.
Okay. Pray it has only cost you what you believe it has. Vlad, you're not supposed to betray me while we're still signing it. Ink's not even dry yet. I could just, like... You just rub that off. This is hold your betrayal. Alright, so we need to get as far into Vlad territory. I don't care if he doesn't like my trespassing. Let him declare war on me again. See what happens. We have important elf stuff to do.
Move or get the lash.
Okay, you should probably run over and stand in Lucchini so that it doesn't just get totally destroyed.
Admiral of the fleet.
We want to upgrade... I guess I don't need to upgrade that. Crab House we have to upgrade. What else does this army need? It does need mortars. I do love a good mortar. Definitely going to need more Rotting Prometheans. And a bunch of these. Okay. Well, hopefully this will keep the Khemri at bay.
Fleet Captain, reporting.
Alright. Let's see if they actually try anything. So unfortunately, we're still probably a couple of turns of movement away from the Oak of Ages. These armies and Silostra are going to go south, I think. In the amount of time it takes Silostra to move south through the land we've taken here to Lucchini, her army will be fully healed. I think that's better to do than having them just wait in the north. Well, we'll keep Peggy at... Keeping Peggy at Skaven Blade seems like a real waste of her talents. But we're going to have to get rid of these Khemri armies, because we actually do care about the territory we just took. We do have to hold all of it. I guess we could have Peggy try to set up an ambush or something, since she's not legendary. Maybe we could catch one of the Khemri as they come ashore. I would have to be able to actually fight both of them, though, right? Because after we beat the first one, the second one's just going to attack the ambushing army. I don't know, Peggy might be able to survive that. Her army is pretty tough. Oh, right, I was going to do this thing. I think this skips showing us movement of armies that aren't, like, actually near our stuff. Frankly, I have way too much vision. Yeah, see how stuff is moving around and we can see it at the edge of the screen, but it's not necessarily zooming the camera over. It's trying to just show us things that are actually relevant. Yep, that makes this part of the turn much faster. It's a shame the Rogue Army AI is completely broken. Because a lot of them spawned this game. It would have been neat to, I was just researching stuff to get the research thing to go away. It absolutely does not matter. Here, research that. That one's got a nice long research time. How much damage are they taking? They've been in full attrition for several turns now, and they're taking way less damage than they have in the past. Because we've had a number of times them showing up to our territory, just all torn apart.
Onward, stagehands!
Alright, once we're through the trees, it'll be a lot easier to move. Okay, and that'll actually get her completely healed. So I guess she could head north then. Those set up. Lucchini is still 3 turns away from being able to hit rank 3. That is a real shame. Are they close enough together that they would defend each other? Yes. Oh, Bones McDonald, do you have Lightning Strike? Oh, you do! Okay, that's interesting. I can't get anybody else over here to fight him, though. Because if we could just do two, a 1-on-1 and then a 2-on-1, so it'd be pretty easy to resolve.
My servant fails me. Do not betray.
Yeah, I think we're gonna let them come forward a little bit more. I'm gonna have Peggy step over to the shore and go into ambush mode, like I said. Hopefully they will position themselves foolishly due to not seeing her.
I need an audience.
Alright, so as soon as we step into the forest, we're going to be taking attrition. It's not a big deal if we take over settlements and set ourselves up in them temporarily.
We will feast.
Let's move all the way up to the border.
What is your demand?
They shouldn't have enough armies to actually threaten us here, because we recently killed a lot of their units.
All set.
I'm hoping that these two armies together should be able to stand against them, although I guess neither one of these lords is very powerful.
All bones on deck.
Okay, we know Billy Doo doesn't have anything to do here. Kind of want O'Bones McDonald to hang out for a moment, see what the Khemri are going to do. Yeah, I think that's the spot we're in with both of these armies, unfortunately. Alright, so we have a lot of good stuff going on here. What do we need next? What else could this army really use? The answer to that is a Necrofex Colossus, but unfortunately, those are still 6 turns to recruit. Nothing cool in the Raised Dead pool here. You know what? I'll take one of those.
Undead Raider.
Alright, I guess let's just see what they do. So it'll be, ideally, these two plus Silostra heading to Khemri. Peggy joining those guys up north to fight the Oak of Ages, and if things go well here, if we burn through these Khemri armies without really any losses, we can start that split up now. Oh, interesting. Okay. So somebody gets Frenzy, it should probably be you. And plus leadership on these guys, I guess. I wonder if she will survive this. They have 2 giants, which is as good as artillery. But aside from that, there's not really a lot going on here. They have a Sphinx. They have 2 units of Sepulchral Stalkers. These guys will probably deal some real damage. The Necropolis Knights, unfortunately, small amounts of cavalry will probably have no effect. Right, we got a lot of guns. I guess this army is maybe a little too heavy on guns. Maybe the cavalry will be able to get through. Then again, this army is real heavy on guns. Maybe the cavalry all get shot to death on their way over. This army is, in fact, all guns. This ground looked a little bit flatter in the preview. On this side, we just have these guys doing kind of nothing, probably. Mostly dying. The bloated corpses are right up front. The animated hulks are pretty much just guarding the artillery. Alright, I don't know where we could blow up that it would really matter. The best thing, I suppose, would be in the Necropolis Knights, but it seems unlikely to me that they're going to allow that to happen. I don't know, let's see. We also haven't actually seen whether or not Ushabti are really damaged by the explosion. It might be that their health per figure is too high. Come on, don't get hit by that. Okay. I think we should have enough health to actually make it over to him. Oh. Okay, that did some damage. These Ushabti, sadly, are probably just going to get killed real fast when the rifle fire starts. They did a good job of being a distraction, though. There we go. That's what I need to see. Some real damage. Oh, it's just my unit being revealed. Alright, seems like we have a real lack of focus over here. Forgot I have to command every important attack myself, or they just like won't do it. Well, this guy's definitely going to get into the ranged, but we can at least try to hold him still. Did you see them trying to move to the side instead of firing like I told them to? That's a little frustrating. Alright, so... I guess I have to back off. Okay, we can do this to try to slow down the advance of these dudes over here. If they did finish cleaning up on this side. Okay, I think we can probably get most of them down then. Come, horsemen. Well, and Rialto's doing some damage to this thing. He's also getting teleported off of it. Their Realm of Souls thing that is going to give them constant heals throughout the battle. It's going to be a little bit challenging to deal with. The units really don't want to fire their guns. There we go. There we go. They're getting it. I'm chasing. Okay, apparently we hit the third Realm of Souls thing already. I'm kind of surprised by that. I don't really have a good plan for dealing with this unit of Ushabti. I would like to have the Morgul Haunter just tear them apart, but he is a little bit preoccupied. Indisposed, if you will. I guess the gunners might be able to do the job, like... Because he's going to try to stick to the Morgul Haunter for a minute. He probably won't switch targets right away. Yeah, hopefully it'll be enough time for the gunners to finish him off. Nope, he's going to totally eat my mortars. There we go. You guys need to get back on your cannons. Okay, that should deal with those Ushabti. Sorry. Turn and face this way. Man, stuff is really good at outrunning a Morgul Haunter. Almost everything is really good at outrunning a Morgul Haunter.
Move, you dogs! This is settled!
Do in sword mode and maybe get you over here where you can help. Okay, their lord is just about to die. Wow. Our Morgul Haunter shouted at their lord so hard that it actually killed him. I've never seen anything quite like that. Oh right, they have units. Go get them. And they're falling apart as quickly as they can. I just totally forgot about them. I guess I should do this, right? We can get her health back up before the end of the battle. I'm not sure what that explosion was. I guess the spirit that animates them is blue and explosive. Okay, well that makes our job much easier. Though presumably... I mean, I was going to say presumably they're going to send the other Camry ship over to finish the job, but I guess if they could have done that, they would have had them go at the same time, right? So yeah, now it should be the case that any one of our lords can trivially just sail out and kill the other Camry ship. And with that, hopefully, we are free to mostly abandon this area. Two-Toes Adley will probably stick around, just in case, to deal with surprise attacks or a re-declaration of war from Vlad, which is only a matter of time Or really, our only hope for escaping that is to finish the game before he has a chance to double-cross us. Which is actually, like, entirely possible. Oh, hey, look at that. We defeated an enemy army and it actually just was dead. What a lovely change of pace. Okay, yeah, you are extremely in trouble. Well, I think that's very, very good news for us. So 3 armies to the Yoke of Ages, 3 armies to Khemri, and 2 Toes Adley holding down the fort over here. Honestly, I don't know if we even need... what's-his-face over at the Star Tower. He could probably come to the east, although, honestly, by the time he got over here, it probably wouldn't matter much. Really? Okay, well, if we lose control of any part of Ultuan, we lose our goals. So, I guess we're reanimating an army over here. They really just have nothing better to do. Okay, I don't know that I need to see all this stuff. You probably just fast forward here. It's weird how Bretonnia has never really controlled any part of Bretonnia for very long, but somehow they're still in the game. You would think with all of that constant economic disruption, they would have been weakened enough for somebody to finish the job. What? One of their heroes assassinated Lenny Sealegs? Man. Also, Block Army is definitely the most frustrating hero action. Oh, I saw a part of the map up here become uncolored. Apparently, Chaos Warriors are still doing fine work. I don't understand how the Wood Elves are so bad at fighting them. Okay, so... Will Amstrel's army was blocked. Okay, not enough for it to make a difference. So we're going to go take the King's Glade. We're going to use that as a staging ground. And then, like I said, Peggy Rains is going to follow them up. Solostra's going to come down here. These units are going to take care of the Khemri. And then we are on our final march. Oh, hey, check it out. We figured out where Luther Harkon's been living. He stole this weird Bretonnian castle in the desert. I don't even know why this is here. That does look pretty cool, though, with the castle with the ship stuff all around it. The weird docks that he built all around the middle of the desert. Seems like an odd thing to do to me. Anyway, we have a real plan, and we're actually at the point where we can execute it. I have high hopes for the next episode. That is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time. Trees. Deserts. It's all going to be miserable. I guess. It sounds pretty bad. And we'll see you then.